Oh, this looks rather nice. Maybe I could... Oh no, someone's house behind. I was thinking I could take rest there, some rest. I should just keep walking. You probably can't see behind the lights. There's a very small house, and this feature is in someone's garden. Oh, two houses. So perhaps not best to have a rest there. I'll keep on walking. After the dog attacks and this and that, they didn't actually attack me, they just make a lot of noise, which is rather disturbing. Less so, I think, than a hungry black bear. There's usually just one of those. When you've got lots of dogs in all directions, you don't know where to go. Anyway, there's not much to look at, so I shall continue later. Early morning in Gokana. Now, I was very lucky. After the last video, I was walking steadily, slowly in the dark towards Gokana, and I came across the police checkpoint, checkpost, which was manned, of course, and they ask all people entering and leaving Gokana, the town, what they're doing, which included me, of course. And they were very kind, very helpful, took my information, asked me what I was doing, where I was going, and why on earth, understandably, am I walking at 3 in the morning through this rather insecure situation with the dogs. And, you know, he said robbers. I think there's no robbers, but anyway, very kindly asked me to sit and wait, and we had a very nice talk whilst we waited for the next car to come along. And he asked the gentleman then to give me a lift into town. So I'm very happy that he did that, very happy that I got a lift, because it was a long way, even in the car. Well, in the lorry. It was a nice new lorry. He was delivering some new motorcycles, I think, to a store here. We didn't communicate because he had no English and I have no Kannada. But it was a very nice journey, and I'm here. I've just arrived at this entry point where there's this beautiful tree, a Bodhi tree of sorts, slightly different to our usual variety, but it is of the Bodhi tree family, the papal tree, and which is of the fig tree genera, I think is the word. I'm now arriving into Gokana town. Now there's a very nice little restaurant cafe place which I know very well because it opens at about 3 a.m. and I've used it before when I was sleeping outside on the mountain, because I knew it would be open early for the market traders, and I can go in there and get a cup of coffee, black tea, something like that, warm and refreshing after a long night on the mountain, and on this day after a long night's travelling on a hot and dusty, very old and bumpy bus. So walking down this way, it's not far, past these beautiful temples as I enter the town itself. And I'm not wanting to stop talking because I'm wanting to show you these temples during the morning rather, whilst they're all empty. It's quite an opportunity. It's beautiful. And I've promised not to say exactly where I am because there's no need. It's not like anyone's going to especially rush here. But if you'd like to come, drop me an email and I'll gladly share you all I know. So for now, I'm going to walk towards Raghavendra, which is where I know this very kind restaurant owner will give me a cup of black coffee until it's time to head to the beach. When it's daylight, I can head to the beach or find some bathrooms to freshen up before going further exploring. Namo Buddhaya. And this place is full of very wonderful old buildings. Unusual architecture, which you'll see better in daylight if I come back into town, which I will, as you'll see, for when I need to get food. Namo Buddhaya. Oh, more dogs. And whilst I just show you that church, I think, no, it's a temple. Yeah, it'll all be temples here. I think it's a very Hindu place. Whilst I just show you that, I want to say thank you very much to the two kind policemen who looked after me, because in order to explain myself, I did show them this channel so that they can have a look and see where I'd got to so far this evening and where I was going. And actually it's quite an easy way to explain things. If you're putting it all on here, people can just have a look, can't they? If they're that way inclined. And yes, so if I take this opportunity to say to those two kind young policemen, thank you very much for your assistance, and I got here safely thanks to you. The gentleman who gave me a lift was very courteous, dropped me in the right place, and I'm here safely, so thank you. Namo Buddhaya. Blessings to you. And if you can hear above the dogs, I'm just showing you some of these buildings and temples now because it's a different perspective to what you see in the day, when there are usually quite a few people and market stalls and all kinds going on, as things do here. Hello dogs! Woof, woof, woof. See, they're quite okay, it's just a lot of noise and fuss, which is acutely embarrassing because you feel you're waking up the entire neighbourhood and it's entirely your fault. Which it really isn't, because I think I have to be able to walk from A to B. But never mind, I suppose it is my fault, really. So my place where I was heading for isn't open yet, but this driver up here, he told me that 5 o'clock. I think that's changed. I've been here a lot earlier than that. So that's fine, it's not far from that now. I can wander into town and back, by which time it will be open. Now this you can't see, but it is actually the bus stand where I should have gone. So the previous 2 hours, well, wouldn't have been so much fun, would they? I would have got to this bus stand with nothing to do other than sit at the bus stand for 2 hours. So it's been enjoyable, it's been interesting, it's been an experience. And on this occasion, for the first time, I've had the pleasure of your company. And this is new to me. I've never done this video stuff before, only this last 4 weeks or so, as you may know. And, I mean, it's ridiculous, but it's also reassuring when you're walking through packs of dogs and such like. You seem to have a little more comfort in talking to absolutely nobody, because nobody may necessarily even look at this video, but you feel you're talking to somebody. Now look at this beautiful cow. One thing we're going to see here for sure is a lot of beautiful cows. It's a very special place for them. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to spook you. I think you're used to people. It was probably me at this time of day. Sorry. I'm just walking through. I can't resist taking these pictures because you're so beautiful. Hi. They look very young, some of these. This one up there is not. This is the father. Oh, and the other father. And this is a temple. At the end. An empty street at 4:30 in the morning. And one dog following me along quietly, which is a nice change. Hello. And cows resting before the hullabaloo of the busy day begins. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of cows because it can't be helped. There are so many cows here, and I just don't get fed up of cows. See, even more. You couldn't see because I'm even filming cows in the dark. And someone told me the name of this place is derived from it being shaped like a cow's ear, and I'm not so sure about the etymology of this or the nature of this place's shape, because I'm not sure how, with the way the boundaries work, you'd determine that. But nevertheless, it's another nice story among many others. Another temple without people. So my place isn't open yet, but it's only 10 to 5, which you can hear, apart from the motorbike, you can hear, well, you could a minute ago, the chitter chatter, the ladies of the market and the gentlemen, mainly ladies, that run the market stalls in the vegetable part, and getting ready for the morning and the day's activities ahead. As the town slowly wakes up, because you've just seen it at the peaceful, quiet time. Well, all in all, it's been a long afternoon and a long evening and a long night, and I think this will turn into a long morning by the time I've got settled and then gone to get food, which of course I have to do before noon, but not yet. I can't say have something to eat now because the sun has to be up. Well, it has to be dawn, so that's about 20 minutes before sunrise. You have to be able to see by natural light, just daylight, the lines on your hand. This is defining dawn for a monk, when we can have our first solid food of the day. Well, any food really, because I don't have liquid food either. I mean, just black tea, black coffee, which hopefully when Raghavendra restaurant, as they call it here on this one, normally they call it hotel, even though nobody stays there, they call restaurants hotel. That's a thing here, but this one isn't. It's a restaurant and it will open soon, and I know he'll give me a nice cup of black coffee. Yes. Although it's a little dark in the moment and I'm just chatting, in a way, I hope that's of some interest. To me, it's interesting anyway, but more so and a little more enjoyable in the fact that I might be sharing my experience with somebody else, even if it's just one person, just you watching. If I'm sharing this experience with somebody else, that makes the experience all the more enjoyable for me. So this is one advantage in doing this, for me, new, strange and new thing, whilst on Tudong or Dutanga or Charaka, monking, walking around, let's say. And it doesn't take any time at all. You can add up the minutes of these videos and that's how long it takes. There's no planning, no editing, no finishing of any description. I just push one button on YouTube and it kind of just goes on. I don't know how it all works, but it's very easy and good like that.